Welcome back, folks, to the Snicker Bar, the only place where you can go to get drunk on laughter. So, up first, we have the most important question. Would you rather go viral for beating up a guy in a wheelchair, or for getting beat up by the guy in the wheelchair instead? Cruz, I'm curious as to what your thoughts on this issue are.
Hold on, give me a minute. Go to someone else.
Alright, we're gonna redirect that back to Wilfi.
Well, I mean, if I have to look at it like objectively, where is the location by which I am either beating up or being beat up?
For sake of realism, as well as hilarity, we're gonna say naturally Planet Fitness.
Of course, because Planet Fitness is known to hold all those in a wheelchair. You could check the most recent statistics on such a topic. I think it would have to be being beat up by him instead, because it's an obligatory stance. I could just assume I'm beat up after he runs over my pinky toe.
But very clearly, most people's definition of beat up is not getting your pinky toe run over. No, quite literally, I want you to imagine this somehow 300-pound man, yoked beyond belief, with no use of his lower body, we'll say, for the time being, and you are currently being throttled. Would you take that, or would you absolutely wail on this man mountain?
I feel like Did you just say man mountain?
Man mountain.
Alright.
Mountain
Understood.
of man.
Um,
Imagine Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in a wheelchair, and that is what I want you to picture.
Counterpoint. What if I just laid down on the floor and kind of scooted around using my toes?
Wilfie,
I
are
don't
you
think
literate? What is the question?
he
The
could
question
bend
is
down.
not.
He couldn't bend down to get me. He'd just be kind of like punching at the air, unable to hit me.
So he
Like a
would
Dark
be
Souls boss.
real life video game glitching out the wheelchair man to avoid any sort of conflict.
Well,
Very
I
intelligent.
imagine I'd be wearing basketball shoes. It would be very squeaky. It's like squeaky as I run away from him while being completely on the floor, upside down army crawl.
I know you're so. Is it more mean at that point to beat up the wheelchair guy, or to just abuse him and like take advantage of his situation?
So to be clear, you're mocking the man in the wheelchair and then running away using your legs. He does not have the function of squeaking your basketball shoes.
He can always wear basketball shoes on his hands if he wants. So if
You know, it'd be why.
if he were to hop out of the wheelchair, wearing basketball shoes on his hands, and chase me,
Oh, it's like, can we leave? Like, the question doesn't say like, is he being like vulgar to, or are we just like going out of our way to like we see this wheelchair guy in a Planet Fitness is like, all right, well, what's happening?
maybe
For
he
the sake-
offered to spot me.
Ooh.
And, I
And
made
like, what if
fun
he
of
like you're trying to do the lift though, and he's like a bad spotter?
him. Ooh, he doesn't have a good feet planting.
Oh,
So, he
no.
just
Oh,
so I have to be on the floor because my neck is broken.
Wow.
So I would have to beat him up with solely my legs. He would have to beat me up with solely his arms.
for the ultimate insult to injury, you make sure to assault him using only your legs.
Yes.
Thing that works.
Oh.
Yes.
I got it. I pull out my trusty pen. I shove it inside the spokes of his wheel. And as he kind of goes in circles,
How big is
squeak
this
to the
pen that
hospital.
you're carrying around with you, Wilfie?
it's my trusty pen, alright? It wouldn't be
What
trusty
about, like,
if
a
it couldn't
broom?
stop.
Would a broom work better?
Who carries a trusty broom?
The trusty janitor.
So, the other question, I'm gonna check back in with Cruz. I feel like he's going to attempt this challenge in real life. Cruz,
Cruz.
how did beating up the man in the wheelchair go?